Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Strength and Balance on Zoom with me. My name's Hannah. I am a senior fitness instructor with Stonebridge Community Services, and I have a class that's about 35-ish minutes planned for you this morning. We're going to warm up together. We'll use some small weights for our strength portion of the class. So these are 3-pound weights. You could use a 2, a 3, or a 5. Any of those are pretty good. Will be a pretty good weight. If you don't have weights, you can use evenly weighted objects that you find around your house, like soup cans, water bottles, anything like that. We will then do a portion of the class where we focus on balance, and it would be a great idea if you had some kind of balance support furniture, which just means like a sturdy kitchen chair, armchair, any kind of sturdy piece of furniture that you can use to support yourself when you're balancing. I usually just have a hand on the wall here, the kitchen island, the counter, depending on where you are in the house. So being close to something like that would be great. We will also use a wall as kind of our equipment for a couple of the classes. We'll be using the wall to support ourselves. So positioning yourself close to a wall would be handy for that part. And then we'll do a little stretching, and we'll be on our way just after 10 o'clock here. So let's come up to feet. Oh, I also recommend that you have some water handy. Although we don't move around super fast, it's always good to keep hydrated, especially as the weather warms up. Although where I am, it's nice and cool today, and I got to turn the AC off and keep the windows open all night, so that was nice. All right, let's begin. So we'll come up to feet. We'll be standing for just about all of the class. I have the yoga mat here just because it's nice to stand on, but we won't be down on the ground. Just notice that my leggings really blend in with the mat, so hopefully that's still easy to see. Standing up nice and tall, we're going to march together on the spot. Good, letting those shoulders be nice and relaxed, and our arms move forwards and backwards. That's nice, easy march. And we'll take our shoulders, pull them up towards our ears, and slowly relax them down. And we'll do this a few times. Pull those shoulders up and down. Lift those shoulders and relax. Lift and lower. Good. Pulling those shoulders up and down. And let's do that again. Lift and lower down. And we're going to roll our shoulders. So one at a time. Nice big circles backwards. Good. Standing nice and tall. Good, and let's roll those shoulders forwards. Good, nice big circles. Great, let's bring those arms out to the sides. And again, little circles here. Stretch those arms right out. Remember, we're still marching our feet. Good, back in the other direction. Perfect. Let's relax those arms. We'll march on the spot a little bit, swinging those arms. And we need to take your head, turn to the left. And we'll turn to the right. Down to the floor. And up to the ceiling. Good, look to the right. To the floor. To the left. and to the ceiling. Good, we'll reach those arms forwards like we're swimming. Well, my mat is moving. Good. Nice big circles forwards. Good. One more each side. Perfect. Let's take one hand to the ceiling and the other. Circle those hands down nice and slowly. One hand and the other. Good. And circle down. One hand, the other. Reach up. One and two. And again, reach one hand up and then the other. Last time. One and two. Good. We're going to take one foot and we'll tap our toes on the floor here. Let's pick up our hands and we're going to wiggle our fingers and tap those fingers to your thumb. Good. Let's switch to the other side. Tap your toes and we'll circle our wrists. Back in the other direction. Good, let's go to that first foot now. Tap your toe and then your heel. As you tap that toe, really think about lifting that heel up nice and high. Heel, pull that toe up towards the ceiling. So toe and heel. And let's move those arms at the same time. So bending at the elbow, picking those hands up, toe and heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, and heel. And again. Good. Let's switch to the other side. Tap your toe and your heel. Good. Nice and slowly. So, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, and again. Perfect. Let's march on the spot. Take a nice deep breath in. Big inhale. Reach those hands up. And exhale. Lower down. Good. We are warmed up. Let's pick up both those weights. One in each hand. And we're just going to hold them here at our sides. So shoulders are nice and relaxed. I'm going to walk those feet out to about hip width. We're going to start with a squat. Holding those weights at our sides, we're going to sink down. And then we'll exhale as we stand up. So we inhale as we squat down. And we exhale as we stand up. Nice and slowly. Inhale slowly down. And exhale to stand. Good. Keeping that chest nice and tall. Not trying to rush. And we'll do one more. Perfect. We're going to keep those weights in each hand at our sides. Again, feet are about hip width. We're going to push ourselves up onto tiptoes and then slowly lower those heels. So doing some heel raises. This can be challenging for balance. And if you find that it is, use a hand to support yourself. Hold a weight in one hand and use the other hand for support. We'll repeat all the exercises twice. So when you come to the other side, you can hold the weight in your other hand. So let's start by holding the weight in your right hand if you're holding on to something for support. Otherwise, hold a weight in each hand. Here we go. Up onto tiptoes, and we'll slowly lower those heels to the floor. So we're tall through that chest. Shoulders are relaxed. We're just moving nice and slowly. Good. We're going to do 3 more. So here's 1, 2, and 3. It's hard to not overbalance. Good. All right, we're going to keep both weights in our hands here. And we're going to take those hands up. So I'm making goalpost position here. My hands are about level with my head. I'm going to take one hand at a time, push up to the ceiling, and slowly lower down. Good. 2. Good. Push up. Slowly lower down. Good. Let's do both at the same time. For 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then let's blow those weights down. Good. We're keeping both in each hand. Lots of weight stuff today. We're going to hold our right hand in front of us. So my hand is facing my leg and my left hand is at my side. And I'm going to lift both arms at the same time. So if you imagine your arms are making an L shape. One's going forwards, one's going out to the side. Try and keep those shoulders nice and relaxed. We're not trying to lift the shoulders. We're just lifting our hands. Good, and not too fast. And let's switch those hands around. And same thing again. Good, lift and lower, nice and slowly. And again, once more. Perfect. One more for the arms, one more for the upper body. We're going to turn those palms out so they're facing me, and we'll bicep curl nice and slowly. Good. And let's do both at the same time for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. And now let's pop the weights down and we can have a drink. So we're going to use our wall now. Talked about using the wall as a prop, as a piece of equipment. So let's find a spot at the wall. I'm going to stand nice and tall, straight onto that wall, hands out in front of me. This way a little bit. Hands out in front of me, hands flat against the wall. I'm going to take a step back, and now my feet are further away than my hands. And from here, I'm going to drive up one knee, and then the other, picking those knees up as high as I can towards my chest. We're going to do that for about 30 seconds. So let's begin. Driving one knee, and then the other, like you're climbing a mountain. Climbing a really steep hill. So we lift and then push that foot down. Good. And let's think about keeping a nice straight back. So straight line from your tailbone all the way to the top of your head. So I'm not looking down at the floor or up at the ceiling. I'm looking at a point in between my hands. And let's do this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And we can stand up for a moment. We'll do one more here at the wall. Taking that step back so you're in a nice incline position. We're going to take 1 foot at a time, step it out and in. So you can't see my feet very well. I'll try, there we go. So we're stepping 1 foot out and back in, out and in. And again, we'll do this for 30 seconds. Out and in, out, in. Not trying to rush. Again, thinking about that nice straight line. Good, deep breaths. So looking at that point in between your hands. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And we can stand up. So let's have a drink. And then we'll go back to the beginning and repeat all of those exercises. So let's pick up those weights. We're going to hold them for a while. Feet hip width apart. We're standing nice and tall. We're going to sink into that squat. And then push yourself back up. Nice and slowly down. And up. Inhale on the way down. Exhale up. Good. Nice and slowly. We'll do 2 more. This 1. And 2. Good. Keep the weights at your side here. We're doing heel raises. So if you need to hold on to something for balance and you're just using the one weight, this time you're going to have the weight in your left hand. So make sure you're holding that on the opposite side to how you did it previously. If you're happy with a weight in each hand, then go ahead. We'll lift up and slowly lower those heels towards the floor. So we want to keep thinking about having a nice tall chest. Looking up and ahead. And keeping those shoulders nice and relaxed. Oops, a little wobbly. 2 more. 1. And 2. Perfect. Let's pick up those weights. Hold them in a goalpost position here. We're going to press 1 at a time to the ceiling. Good. It's nice and slowly. Let's do both at the same time here if we can. For 5, 4, straight up to the ceiling. 3, we can think about breathing out as we push up. 2, nice and slowly down. And 1, good. And relax those arms down. Excellent. Let's have 1 weight forwards, 1 weight to the side here. We're going to lift those hands, so 1 at a time. So like we're making, not 1 at a time, both arms at the same time, but they're in different positions. So we're making that L shape. Good. And again. And let's switch the hands around. And again, last one. Perfect. And then bring those arms in. Send those palms to face out. We'll do some bicep curls. So we want to think about how we're standing too. Feet should be relaxed on the floor. Always a little bend of your knees, so we're standing comfortably before we start lifting those weights. One arm at a time to begin with, nice and slowly on that way down. And let's do both at the same time for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. And let's pop the weights down. We're going to come to the wall and work on those abdominal exercises. So standing close to the wall, we're going to have hands, we're going to stand at an arm's length. Let's step those feet away. So now our feet are further away than our head. We're at an incline, we're at an angle to the wall. We're going to do 30 seconds of these mountain climbers. So drive those knees up nice and high and push that foot back down into that position. So we don't want to speed, we don't want to be fast with those feet. We want to move nice and slowly. Good, nice and slow. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's step up. Excellent. We'll do the same thing. Well, not the same thing, we'll do something else at the wall here. I just have to move this way so you can see my feet like this. So again, arms length from the wall, take that step back. So now we're at an angle, we're stepping one foot out and in, and the other, out and in. Good, nice and slowly. I'm looking forward. So I'm looking at a point on the wall between my hands. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, and let's walk out from that position. Excellent. So let's have a drink, and then we'll move on and work on our balance. So when we're balancing, we always want to be close to that support furniture. So whether that's a wall or the chair or the counter, whatever it is, make sure you're within an arm's reach, just in case you need that extra support. So we'll start with our feet, one in front of the other, and work on balancing the weight between our feet. So we're even between both feet. We're not leaning back on that back leg, we're not leaning forward. Feet are evenly holding you here, and they should be nice and relaxed. And if you need some more stability, let's take that front foot out to the side. I'm all over the place here this morning. It feels very difficult to relax those feet. We're going to take one arm up to the ceiling, and then the other. Arms up to the sides, and we'll reach one forwards, one backwards. And then the other way. Good, back in the other direction. Relax those arms. Let's switch those feet around. One forwards, one backwards. Nice and relaxed. And reach one arm to the ceiling. And the other. Arms out to the sides. We're going to aeroplane those arms. Good, and relax those arms down. Excellent. Let's stand on one leg here a little bit. I'm going to turn to the side because I want you to see what I'm going to do with my foot that's off the floor. So I'm going to stand on my right leg. That right foot should be relaxed, and that means a little bend of that knee. And let's take that left foot off the floor. I want you to hold it behind you, just like this. And then we'll circle that ankle nice and slowly. Good, back in the other direction. Good, and let's relax that foot. So now we'll stand on the left foot, bend with your knee, relax foot into the floor, reach the right foot behind you, and we'll circle this ankle. Good, back in the other direction. Good, and then place that foot on the floor. Excellent. We're going to move around a little bit here. So we're going to tightrope walk. Let me do that again so you can see my feet. Heel to toe. Nice. And slowly. Forwards and backwards. I can't take many steps because I try and stay within the camera. But you can move around as much as your space allows you. So nice and slowly. Heel to toe, as close as you can. And we're going to move our arms a little bit. So as you go forwards and backwards, this time raise those arms up right to the ceiling. And notice if that's any easier or more difficult. And then bring those arms down to the sides. Yes. And then we're going to move one up and one, not that one, one up and one down. So alternating lifting one, lowering. Those arms are doing opposite things, up and down. Good. I'm going to move forwards and backwards a little bit. Up and down. Good. And let's take both hands up above your head and wave them from side to side like you're waving somebody. Good. And let's come back to center, back to that start position. And relax those arms. Very good. We're going to raise one foot off the floor a little bit here. So I'm going to have a hand close to that support. I'm going to lift my left leg and my left arm. So my right leg's the one that takes the weight. My right foot is nice and relaxed. That knee is bent. I'm going to lift my left arm and leg and slowly place them to the floor. So we're reaching up and then you're pushing that foot down. Imagine you had like a big cushion underneath that foot and you're trying to squash it. So we're pushing that foot down rather than just letting it fall. We're being in control on that way down. Good. 2 more. And last one here. Lift and lower. Great. And we'll switch to the other side. So weight into your left foot. Little bend of that left knee. And we'll raise on the right side. Right arm, right foot. We're lifting from our knee, but you don't have to take that knee very high. Just so long as your foot is off the floor. Just raise it as far as it feels comfortable. And we're really pushing that foot down. Good. And again. Perfect. Let's stand with our feet a little wider than hip width here. We're going to shift our weight from one foot to the other, side to side, nice and slowly. So we're relaxed, standing nice and relaxed. Keeping feet on the floor. We're just moving that weight from one side to the other, changing that center of gravity, keeping your balance while you do so. Good. Let's add those arms. As I move to the left, I'm going to push that left arm out. Same thing to the right. So I really want to push as much weight as possible into that other foot while keeping feet on the floor. Good. Once more. And let's take those feet off the floor now. So we're lifting one foot and then the other, nice and slowly. We want to pause a little bit as we lift each foot. Arms are relaxed. Good. As you step onto that left foot, let's raise the right. We're going to hold here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then onto the right foot, raise the left and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms that left again. Let's take those arms up into a Y shape and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then onto the left. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And relax down. Very well done, everybody. We are going to stretch to finish here. Let's take one arm across our body. We'll hold here. Good. Relax that arm. Let's switch to the other side. Good, and relax that arm again. Let's take one hand to the ceiling. We're going to bend at the elbow, bring that hand behind your back, and hold here. Good, relax that arm, and the other way. Lift up, bend at the elbow, bring that hand behind your back. Good. Relax that arm down. Great. We're going to have a seat. So we'll sit and we're going to pull one knee in towards your chest. And then we'll circle this ankle. Nice and slowly. Back in the other direction. Good, and relax that foot. Let's switch to the other side. Pull a knee in, and circle that ankle. Back in the other direction. Good, and relax that foot to the floor. Let's sit up nice and tall. We're going to take our chin down towards our chest. Let's look up, and we'll take an ear to our shoulder. Good, and the other way. Good, back to center. Let's bring chin towards your shoulder. And the other way again. Good, back to center. Let's come up to feet. We're going to reach our arms behind us, reach for the back of the room, stretch those fingers right out. Stand up tall, squeeze those shoulders. We're going to take a deep breath in. And exhale, wrap those arms around yourself. Use a nice tight squeeze and a pat on the back. Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks for coming to my class. I hope you have an excellent weekend and see you next week.